Hello there, gang, and welcome to another episode of Displaying Model Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest action figure video podcast. So take off your pants, crack a beer, and let's talk toys. Let's talk about the nerdy news that you need to know about. It's the only news that matters. It's good news. So let's talk about it. First up, Mezco are going back to Conan the Barbarian. One of the biggest figures from last year as far as hype and excitement and satisfaction when it came out was the Mezco Conan. And I've got to admit, there was a bit of FOMO going around. I didn't think I needed a Mezco Conan. And then everyone was posting online, oh my god, look at my Mezco Conan. And the only reason I did a mocking sort of voice was because I'm still a little bit salty that I didn't order one, which is my own fault. But now you're getting the chance to go back to the well. Mezco are saying, you like Conan? We're going to doll him up again. We're going to give him some nice new clothes, a little sort of top and some extra accessories and all sorts of different things, putting him back out there with a new version, which does look really cool. Actually, I've got to say, he might look better than the original one. So if you didn't get that first one, this second double dip is actually maybe a better one to go for. More cloth goods, more fun to be had. That's kind of cool. But also, that's not all. Mezco are doing the Conan the Conqueror Builder Kit as well. And this is super fun, similar to their Captain Nemo Army Builder type kit. I think this is cool. So you can get the extra heads, accessories, all these different things so that you can then build up an army of barbarians or people for Conan to fight against. If you want to make a big barbarian display, this is super cool. And again, Mezco, it's like, you're going to spend the money on it. Like, it ain't cheap. We're not army building Hydra goons here. But still, if you want to have that capital that you're going to invest, I mean, come on. Can't take it with you. Might as well build some badass action figures. So this looks great. So much customizing ability, so much you can mix and match and play around with. I think it's super awesome. So these are both up on the Mezco website for pre-order right now, and they're due to ship out between August and October of this year. In a little bit of corporate news, so I won't linger too long on this because it's a little bit dry, but Hasbro have extended their Star Wars license with Disney to continue making the Black Series and the Vintage Collection and all that kind of stuff. So that's really cool, because if you're invested in this line, it would suck if a new company took over and then you're like, well, I guess I'm going to have to buy Bespin Luke all over again. So I don't know how long this contract runs for. I think there was a press release, but like, have you ever read a press release? It's boring. It's just a whole load of text, like there are no pictures or anything. If they'd done it in like a comic book form, I would have read that, throw in some big anime boobies, and I would have read it for pages and pages. But either way, the important takeaway is that Hasbro are continuing the license. So that's really cool. Also, they're picking up the Indiana Jones license as well, because obviously everything is under the Disney umbrella, because Disney own everything. By the way, Model Behaviour is for sale, Disney. If you want to bring me into your nurturing bosom, I'm right here. Just saying. Willing to sell out at a moment's notice. So, the Indiana Jones license will start in 2023 with the release of the new movie. So that's going to be kind of interesting. I mean, look, Crystal Skull was like so meh that it can't really go down any further. Can it? We'll wait and see. But if they do some classic Indiana Jones characters, that could be quite cool, so we'll wait and see. And then also, in other news, Mattel now has the Disney Princess license. So I don't know much about that, but there you go. If you're interested in Mattel and Disney Princesses, that's what they're doing. Man, I spoke about this way longer than I was planning to. Pre-orders are now live for the Playmates Star Trek figures. I'm not a big Star Trek guy, and I'm not a big Playmates guy. It's just not an aesthetic that I like, but it is one that is popular. Otherwise, they wouldn't make the figures, so I'm not going to say it's bad. I'm just going to say it's not my cup of tea. Nothing wrong about that. There's still a lot of value in there. I can't stand people who say things like, oh, that's rubbish. It's like, no, it's not rubbish. Just that you don't like it. There's a difference, you know? Anyway, these figures are going to come out around about July, going to be about $16 each, and if you're a Star Trek fan and a Playmates fan, then damn it, I'm very happy for you. 3-0, man. 3-0. That is a company that knows how to make a handsome-looking action figure, especially if it's mechanical in nature. The 3-0 Transformers, unbelievable. And now we're getting a 3-0 Iron Man, and oh, holy bananas. This is 1/12 as well. So your scale with Legends, that's dangerous. That's like danger zone of action figures for me. I'll see something crazy expensive and be like, I don't need that. It's Hot Toys scale. Wait, it's not Hot Toys scale? Oh, it's 1/12. Oh no. So even I'm kind of tempted by this, but 3-0 is expensive. They haven't actually listed a price for this yet, so, prepare yourselves. But still, he looks beautiful. And he's going to be released probably around about, hang on, let me check. Around about the third quarter of this year. So hey, 3-0, if this is the start of them doing more Marvel-type characters and franchises, I'm really hoping they just keep it to the MCU. If they start doing comic book characters, then, yikes. Cosca Reeves and Axe Wove, I think that's how you say his name, from The Mandalorian are being made by Hot Toys. And I mean, come on, we all know about Hot Toys. They make ludicrously beautiful action figures. And one of these is going to be based on Sasha Banks. So of course it's going to be extra ludicrously beautiful. And that's why that particular figure comes with a masked and unmasked face. Because it would be pointless to, why would you make a Sasha Banks figure and then cover up her face? It's like, that's half the point! And she was actually good in The Mandalorian. I mean, she didn't have much to do, but she busted out some cool head scissor takeovers and stuff. And I always love it when they have wrestlers in movies and TV shows where they're not playing wrestlers, but if you know, and you're like, nice little lucha libre there. So that's really cool to see these guys. The Axe Woves guy, he doesn't have an unmasked head. I guess, he never took the mask off in the show, so what are you going to do? But they have all the regular accessories and stuff, and they look super pretty. If you're expanding your Disney Plus Star Wars universe, you got to get these two guys. I mean, again, if you don't, the Hot Toy Star Wars police are going to be knocking at your door and saying, hello, it looks like you got a Star Wars collection, but you haven't got these two random people from The Mandalorian, you're Nick's son. So obviously you better pick them up, otherwise I'm going to be putting in the call myself. I'm sorry, it's my ethic duty as a citizen to report people who don't have all the figures required for an acceptable collection. But mad rambling aside, these figures are going to be released in the second and third quarter of 2023. God bless Storm Collectibles, they are giving us another chance to get our hands on the Golden Axe Battler with Red Dragon and skeletons. And this is great. Thank you, Storm Collectibles. Right? More like this, please. When people don't get the chance to get a figure initially, just re-release it. And look, maybe you got to make us kind of pay for our insolence by making us buy an entire pack. But that's fine. I missed out on the Mortal Kombat Ninjas. If they did a Mortal Kombat Ninja 3-pack or something, oh my goodness, I'd buy the heck out of it. So let this be the start of more figure re-releases, so you don't have to go on eBay and pay like $300 for freaking rain. I mean, who does that? Me, I'm the kind of person who does that. Although I didn't actually do that specific one. That's a bridge too far even for me. But for Golden Axe fans, this is great because you've got the Barbarian, you've got the Red Dragon that he rides on, and two of the awesome Ray Harryhausen skeletons. I think it's great to get another shot at these. Hasbro have revealed their Star Wars Vintage Series Morak Boba Fett figure. I don't know why it's called Morak. I've watched The Mandalorian and the Boba Fett show for my sins, and I don't know where the Morak word comes in, but either way, this is the figure. I don't think it's that different from many others that we've had, but I'm not going to embarrass myself by saying, oh, this is the third iteration of this version of Boba Fett. I don't know. I cover so much stuff, I can't be an expert on all of it. Or some would say, any of it. But still, it's another Boba Fett. If you know your Star Wars and if you know your vintage series, then you know more than me, but I get to show you the pretty pictures, and that's why I'm here. So this dude's going to be retailing for about $20, and he'll be released around the fall of this year. Back to Storm Collectibles, and they have released pictures of their Battle of the Planets figure. I think this is Ken, is his name? It's kind of a funny name, unless I've misread it, but I think it's Ken. It's like, Battle of the Planets, gotcha man, Ken. It's like, got a cooler name, dude? Then again, unless I've misread that, and that's not his name at all, and I'm literally embarrassing myself as we speak. I'm not going to delete this video and put out a new one with a correction on it if it is the case. I'm just going to leave it up there for me to look like an idiot. Anyway, Gatchaman / Battle of the Planets. This guy looks beautiful. I never watched Battle of the Planets / Gatchaman when I was a kid, but I've always been aware. I might have seen like a VHS or something when I was like super little, but still I don't have a connection to it and clearly much knowledge. But the figure looks beautiful, just as a standalone piece. The design, oh, so gorgeous. No word yet on price or release date, but I think Storm, let's face it, they made something this pretty, they just wanted to put it up and be like, hey, look what we made. And people say, do you have any information on it? No, just look at it though. And to that I'd say, yeah, fair play actually. But something I do have more information on is the VHS animated versions of the X-Men from Hasbro. These things have been doing the rounds recently, and they've put up some new shots of them, some new pictures. I was going to say screenshots, but they're not a video game. These are now listed to release in June of this year. Did a little pause there while I glanced at the screen. And they look pretty. It's not something that I need, but a lot of people, I mean, we all love the animated 92 show. It's incredible. Can't wait for the new version to air next year, I assume it is. And this is going to be a wonderful kind of celebration of that. But if you own Wolverine, Jubilee, and Sinister already, unless you want to start building an entirely new, like, double set, so you got your Jim Lees and your animated ones, that's a bridge too far for me. Again, money and space. But still, if you don't have those original ones and you want to get like a nice, bright, cel-shaded animated look, they do look super pretty. So yeah, again, like many other things, not for me, but I can absolutely see the value. Sentinel have shown images of their fighting armor War Machine, and Sentinel are just so damn good when it comes to robotic type characters, a lot like 3-0 as well. This is the whole fighting armor series they're doing. Some of these designs look so badass, really, really awesome. And War Machine, I mean, that's his whole shtick. It's not like with Wolverine or Spider-Man where you kind of have to reinvent the character to do the fighting armor look. This is just another version of the War Machine armor, but it looks kind of anime-ish. Lots of like stark lines and moving parts and just super detailed and articulate. He looks wicked. He looks super, super cool. So this is obviously going to be released, I say obviously, like, of course you know that. What kind of an idiot doesn't? But he's going to be released in Japan first. He's going to retail for about 11,000 yen, which is about $100, give or take. And I think if I glance down, yeah, he's scheduled to be released around about August. So keep watching the skies. Hasbro had their Transformers Tuesday where they revealed a new figure. Let me just read this straight off. It's the DK2 Guard from the Generation Select line. I'm not that familiar with the different lines and whatnot. Again, this video is more for like, hey, if you're a fan of this, you'll want to see these pictures and you'll know more than I do. And that's absolutely the case. He looks like a pretty standard Transformer, but he looks nice enough. I love Transformers, but then again, my knowledge kind of begins and ends with Generation 1, and even then, most of my knowledge is confined to the movie. But still, he looks kind of cool, so if you're a Transformers fan, this one's for you. We've seen the pictures, but Mezco actually revealed in person their Spider-Man 2099 figure at Toy Fair London, which is kind of cool. I didn't know that that was occurring, like right around the corner from me. Is that just like an industry insider type event? Because if not, where was my ticket? And also, if it is an industry insider event, where was my ticket? I mean, come on. Kind of a big deal. Nah, I'm kidding, I'm not. But still, I've been really interested in Mezco Spider-Man 2099 because, you know, I've been bitten by the Mezco bug, like a radioactive Mezco bug bit me, and now I have the superpowers of wanting to buy all the Mezco figures. I've been hesitant on this one though, because as far as the sock scale goes, this does look like he's wearing a sock. I feel like there should have been so much more lines and piping and the extra details that Mezco love to add, they haven't added. And I'm like, that's what you do. That's the one thing that half the people complain about and half the people like, is that you add more styles and details to make the figure work in your style. And then one figure that would have really benefited from it, you haven't done. But still, that being said, he looks kind of cool, except fire the person who posed him. It's like, this is an action figure at an action figure convention, and someone went, right, I'll just plonk him on the table, job done, let's go for lunch. Like, what? It looks so crap. But any action figure looks crap if you just park them like that. I mean, what was he under, like, serious duress? Like, he had to be like, oh, go, there, go. It makes no sense. It's like when Marvel Unlimited were doing their promo for the Kitty Pryde pirate figure, and they snapped a photo of her with her hat holding, like, the hilt guard of her sword. And it's like, how did you not, like, notice this? Was someone pointing a gun at you and you had to, like, do it in 3 seconds flat? You know, someone's there like, you better pose that action figure or I'll blow her brains out. It's just bonkers. Like, come on, guys, just try a little harder. Do you know how hard I have to try to make the money to buy a Mezco figure? Yeah, it's the same amount that all you guys have to try. We have to work freaking hard to afford these, and then they're like, yeah, just put it out there, take a picture, they'll buy it. No, come on, this is so simple. Mezco, hire me. I promise to at least raise one arm. Then look, I put more effort into posing your figure for you. Anyway, That was a rant that was completely unnecessary. I'll probably edit this out. If you're watching this, it's probably just because I forgot to edit it. Anyway, he's up there on Toy Fair. Nice to have another look at him. And finally, Patricia Jarlee has taken a photo of herself with her Pink Ranger action figure saying, "This looks nothing like me." And that's not really news, it's just kind of funny. I love it. We started off with the Salma Hayek doing her bit on Kimmel or whatever it was, where she had her Eternals figure. She was like, "Does this look like me? This doesn't look... how do I look like this?" I love it when celebrities just go like... Because celebrities, they don't care about nothing. They don't have any skin in the game. They're like, "This company made an action figure of me. It looks trash." I find that hilarious. So it's kind of funny that, yeah, she's calling them out. But that's just not really a news story. It's just a funny little wacky thing I wanted to point out. To my friends in the UK... If we ever used to watch the news at 10 with Trevor McDonald in the 90s, it would always be like, serious news, and then right at the end he'd be like, "And finally, something silly happened in the UK today, and this is a story about that, and now we're going to end with a little chuckle on our faces because the news can't be all bad." And that's pretty much what this is all about. I just love celebrities calling out toy manufacturers for botching their faces. It's kind of funny. Can't wait till Hasbro make a figure of me and I can be like, "Hasbro, mate. State of your model behavior action figure." Anyway, guys, that does it for the news for today. I think it was a very rambly one. I hope you don't mind that. If you did enjoy it and you like what you see here and you want to see more, then join the 6-1 Clicks by clicking the like, share, and subscribe buttons. And if you want to go one step beyond and supporting the channel, you can do by going over to patreon.com/display model behavior, just like these saviors of model behavior. You see, I slowed down to actually give some time and thanks to the people who keep this channel running. God bless you all. I do appreciate it. And guys, that does it for good news for today. So until next time, keep displaying model behavior. Chill.